Hey guys, and today we'll be creating handprint pop arts. You will need a black A2 sheet of card, 8 pieces of either coloured card or paper. You need 2 of the same colour, so I've got 2 blue, 2 green, 2 red and 2 yellow. A ruler, black paint, a paintbrush, glue stick, scissors and a pencil. First of all, get one of your sheets of A4 coloured paper or card and draw a 20 by 20 centimetre square onto it. I measured 20 centimetres across from the left edge and then down from the top edge of the paper so that it requires less cutting. You need to do this on one of each colour. I did 1 yellow, 1 blue, 1 red and 1 green. This should then leave you with 4 A4 sheets of paper or card in one of each colour. Now cut around each square that you've just made so you'll end up with 4 squares of different colours at the end. If you do have a guillotine, teachers, you might like to do this before the lesson rather than the kids cutting out the 4 squares themselves, especially if you're short on time. Put these squares to one side, we're going to use them later. And now you're going to need your other A4 sheets of either paper or card. You need all 4 colours. Start by simply placing your hand onto the paper or card, spread out your fingers and draw around your hand. When you take your hand away, where your wrist was, just join up these 2 edges with the pencil to create a nice straight line. Cut this hand shape out. Be really careful to do it as neat as you can around the fingers because you're going to use this as a template for other hands. With the hand that you've just cut out, use it as a template on the other 3 colours of A4 paper that you have left or card, and make sure you hold them down as you draw so you get the most accurate copy of the hand possible. If you struggle with this, you might want to use some blue tack or something to hold the hand in place to trace around. Cut them out and then you'll have 4 different coloured hands. So make sure that you're going to put your hands the right way round. Put them all in a part and make sure that the fingers and the thumbs line up in the right place so they're all facing the right direction. Then flip them over so that you won't be able to see the pencil lines when it comes to later. Get your A2 sheet of black card and your 4 pieces of square paper. Lay them out like a window and put them in whatever colour order you want to. You want to leave a border of approximately 1 centimetre around the top, right and bottom edge of the paper. There will be a big margin on the one side, but that doesn't matter, we'll come to that later on. When you glue your squares down, don't press hard straight away to flatten it down. You want to check that you've still got that nice border that you had earlier on. Just get it into position ready before you push on the square. When you have a nice neat border and a gap in between each of the squares, so you can see a strip of black paper behind, you can go ahead and glue your 4 squares down. Now it's time to get your coloured hands from earlier. We're going to add 1 hand to each square. Make sure that your background colour is a different colour to the hand colour, otherwise it's not going to stand out. But have a little play around and see which background colour and hand colour you like together. Ensure that your hands are all facing the same angle, so mine are tilted slightly to the right hand side. You could have them facing upwards if you wanted to, but I've done mine in like a waving position. When you're happy with your layout, it's time to get the glue again and stick your hands into position. Then get your ruler again and measure 1 centimetre from your squares on the left hand side, providing they are lined up straight, and you can measure 1 centimetre all along so you get a nice 1 centimetre border. Then cut along this pencil line. Again, if you have a guillotine, then use this, but if you're doing this at home or if the children are doing this, then scissors work perfectly fine. Listen up, this is important. So earlier I used my left hand to draw around, but now they don't match the silhouette of the hands because they are a mirrored image from where I flipped them over to cover the pencil lines. My right hand now lines up perfectly with them, so my right hand is now going to be the hand that I paint to do my handprints on. Use the hand that now matches up with the silhouette card hands, and you're going to smother this in paint. So you can either put paint into a paint palette, or you can just squeeze the paint straight onto your hand and use a paintbrush to smother it all over your hand. When the palm of your hand is completely covered, simply line up your hand with the silhouette, don't actually touch it at this point, and then turn it slightly at an angle and press down. When you remove your hand, there should be a nice black handprint which overlaps both the card hand and the card background. Repeat this on each of your squares. I topped up with paint in between each handprint just to keep it a nice strong bold print. I would say that you're finished, but you need to wash your hand before you move your artwork, otherwise you will get black everywhere. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more art lessons on a Monday and more general art related videos on a Thursday. See you next week for more art with Miss Burford.